So I read in the news this morning that scientists have successfully grown human vocal cords from stem cells in the lab. I think the results speak for themselves.
God!
Wow.
Thank you. I forgot to pay my monthly Scrabble Club subscription, and now they're just sending me threatening letters. And finally, two Thai girls, while I was on holiday, two Thai girls asked me if I wanted to sleep with them. They said it would be like winning the lottery, and to my horror, they were right. We all have 6 matching balls. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Black Dog 249. I'm Lee.
I'm Darren.
I'm Jim.
I'm Elton.
And this week we are back to full strength, full running time, hopefully with no further interruptions for a bit. And yes, we will see how everyone's week's been. And then we will have a tiny bit of feedback for last week's episode, which the last episode, which was The Guest. And then we'll move on to this week's movie, which is your pick, Jim, which was?
The Invitation.
The Invitation, indeed. Not the 2015 one, we have to hasten to add, because if you pick any other one, you could end up with some really odd things.
Yes. Not quite as bad as Good Boy for the alternative. But,
Yeah,
the next movie's the same name. But
Yeah, there's 600 films all called Good Boy. Yeah, no, it's none of that.
who'd have thought it?
But anyway, no, so we'll get to that soon enough. So as ever, let's start with how everyone's week was, and we will start with you, Jim. How's it been, sir?
Well, it's been quite a fairly quiet fortnight. We're just getting towards the end of bloody January that seemed to last forever.
Mm-hmm.
But we got there in the end. Not too much, really, to be honest. I just pay my tax bill, so I've been doing a lot of staying in, not spending money.
Fucking HMRC.
There's lots of things I want to be doing, but it's kind of the weather's been so shitty, so I can't do all the bits and bobs I want to do to the allotment and make stuff and blah blah blah. But I've been keeping myself busy. I found it a rather amusing game.
Oh yes,
called Crime Scene Cleaner.
I know this one. Yes.
And it does what it says on the tin, basically. However, it isn't just a gorier version of Jet Wash, jet washing games. Because basically, there's a plot that you're like a janitor. He's in America, obviously. His daughter's ill, so he's skint, and he ends up taking on a dodgy job to clean up a crime scene, and so that ends up being a crime scene for a gangster. And so you get called to a crime scene. You got to get rid of the bodies, clean up all the blood, put everything back, and but while you're there, you can help yourself to anything you can find, basically on the side. And
right,
it's sort of you've got a sponge, you've got a bucket, you've got various detergents which do different things. You mix them together, you get different effects. You've got a mop, you got a jet washer.
Nice.
You can sort of get this handy sort of deionizing gadget which makes bloodstains easy to clean up. It's like it's got this mad Japanese box you put down, and it sort of it ionizes the outside. I don't know how it works, but it's all kind of talking in Japanese and going, "I am disrespectful for dirt," kind of Mr. Sparkle style, sort of gibbering. But it does make the stains easier to clean up. But what's kind of fun about it, it kind of reminds me of the old Thief games.
Oh yeah,
because basically you enter a location and there's kind of you more or less you're free just to get up and clean up, but everyone you go into, you sort of piece together the story of actually what happened here from like finding various sort of clues and reading bits and tape recordings. Plus there's that thing trying to get all the loot, and there's secrets on every level as well.
Right.
Whether it's like a hidden wall safe or stuff to discover. So you get kind of the double whammy. It's kind of intriguing story, and that kind of it's like sort of trying to get 100% on everything. You don't want to miss a tiny ring in the place and not get all the loot you could possibly pry out of the scene.
Yeah.
But you do get kind of like occasional asides from him when you discover odd things that are kind of very laconic. some little one-liners from him.
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't even want to know. But it's very entertaining. But it's one of those games. It's great because you've got like it, kind of like the Thief games. It gives you a mission, and then how you tackle it is entirely up to you.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of fun of kind of right. So what's the best way to for that particular stain? Do I want it on a rug? Do I jet wash it or do I sponge it? And there's all things like if you not care for the jet wash, it will destroy things in the apartment, which might get you into trouble.
Ah, right.
Like knock over expensive vases and smash them to bits with the power washer. Not good.
No.
But yeah, it's very, it's weirdly compelling. Not one for people with an aversion to blood by any means. I've got red flock wallpaper in. Oh no, it's not red flock wallpaper. That's somebody's head.
Yeah.
Oh dear, there's someone in that pizza oven.
Yeah, I was gonna say over Christmas, I watched a video from the team called Second Wind, and they do a little game challenge which is based on that because you can get a mod where Santa Claus has gone mad in a toy shop, and you have to go around cleaning up all the bits of the elves.
Oh, wow!
So yeah, look out for that. It's probably a DLC, but. Sorry. Anyway, carry on, Jim. Sorry, it just came to mind. That was all.
No, so yeah, it's a weirdly compelling game and oddly relaxing. Piling up, one of the best bits is you pick up bodies and you always got like a big sort of like dumpster sort of thing you've laid out in the hallway or by the front door on a big plastic sheet.
Yeah,
you pick up bodies, you got a button to throw body, which is amusing in itself. But when you throw it, the body sort of disappears and it's a rustling and you look in, there's all wrapped up in a body bag. It's like, magic body wrapping service.
Nice.
But yeah, it is quite fun because it is kind of like trying to get at the crime, that challenge of it. You've nearly got everything there. There's one damn cushion missing somewhere. You've got to get it right, just so. And it's kind of, for people who kind of, I'll say, a bit OCD, it's a perfect game because it is kind of put all the chairs back exactly. I end up tidying up stuff that I'm not supposed to tidy up. I put that knife in that drawer, leave this place looking perfect.
I'll sort the cutlery out.
Well, you can do that. That's the thing, but the thing is, you have to go through everything because there could be some loot in there. There could be a money roll or a stash of drugs or a key to their safe, or you know what I mean. You really got to be methodical.
This is starting to remind. This is starting to remind me of that story when Elton started playing Grand Theft Auto and just did it for the bus routes.
You could very much go that way. But there's got a nice sense, sort of dark sense of humour to it. I mean, it's quite amusing that he has every mission you start at your home and you go back home, and he has a pet dog who's called Dexter.
Oh, nice.
And then I think because that gives you the measure of where that game's at.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, it's just great fun and you can lose hours very easily. I mean, if you're a person who likes going through other people's drawers, this is the game for you.
Hang on, steady. Steady. I can already hear people's minds clicking on those phrases. Yeah. I'm going through your drawers. No, steady.
Found a big tub of pills. Anyhow. Get to that later.
Yeah. Phenobarbital, anyone?
Yeah. But yes, that's been my week.
Right.
Starting a virtual criminal career.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you feel like it's giving you some decent life skills for disposing of bodies?
Well, it definitely teaches you. You got to approach the thing methodically. I mean, you're best off like mopping a clean path through the floor so you don't leave footprints and make extra cleaning for yourself, stuff like that.
Yeah, start from the corner and work your way out.
Yeah. But like you've got like a skill tree. You get points for completing missions you can spend on to improve your skills. One of them is to leave less footprints when walking through blood.
Nice.
It's a good wholesome family game. Or if you're the Manson family.
Nice. Cool. Well, it might come up again in the review.
Well, it could do.
Yeah. Cool. Brilliant. Okay. Anything else, sir?
No, I'll leave it at that, I think.
Brilliant. Okie dokie. Well, then over to you, Elton. How was your week, fortnight?
Very good. Thank you very much. I've only done one thing during that time, and that's watch a TV show. I'm only one season into it, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it. This is on the big N, Netflix.
Yeah.
And it's called Mr. Mercedes.
Oh,
with Brendan
Brendan
Gleeson.
Gleeson.
The dad from the kid from Star Wars. Yes.
In what
Yes.
episode was that?
I forget which episode that was.
So that's Star Wars episode
So 1.
Was it Star Wars episode 2?
Welcome back to the Classic Joke Corner.
Was it Andor episode 1? Was it Andor episode 2?
Was it?
Was it Andor's episode 3? Was it Ewoks Caravan of Courage?
Is it Mandalorian then Grogu? Yes. Anyway, yes.
Yeah, so this is a Brendan Gleeson stars as a retired detective in United States of America, and he is hassled by a killer. I want to say serial killer, but a killer of a unsolved crime.
Right.
And I'm only one season into it. There's 3 of them. And I'm really, really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Really enjoying it. Yeah, I think it's really, really good. It comes from a Stephen King novel, or I don't know if it's a novel or what, but
Yeah, it's a novel. Well, it's 3 novels.
okay.
And there's each season is a different one of the novels, basically.
Right.
Nice.
Okay. Have you read the novels at all?
I've read all the novels. I've seen the first season of Mr. Mercedes. I've not
Yeah.
seen the other 2 yet.
Does it
For no
compare
good
well?
reason. The first one does, yeah. There's a few tweaks and changes, as there always is for bringing something to TV. But I think Brendan Gleeson is just perfect as Bill, the retired cop.
He's really good.
It's worth watching just for him.
Yeah.
As he always is with Brendan Gleeson, let's be honest.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go on in, Elton. Did you're digging it? Yeah.
Yeah, really enjoying it. I started watching it. My mum phoned me up and said, I'm watching a program that has 2 seasons, and I think there's a 3rd one somewhere, and I can't find it anywhere. And I think like the next day she phoned up and said, found it. I'm watching it. I'm watching it all the way through. And I thought, do you know what? Screw it. I'm going to give that a go. And I found myself really slowly, but just getting hooked into it. Just
Nice.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. But I don't know how it ends or anything like that. So, don't come knocking on my door asking me what's going on. So, but yeah, I would recommend anyone watching this at the moment, definitely.
Nice. Because
It's
it's been on our.
old, though.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter if it's got a beginning, middle, and end, and there's 3 books, and it's a book a season sort of thing. Sounds like a good thing to be doing.
Yeah, and once again, it's always these seasons of 10 episodes, so it's not overstaying itself with like a 25 episode season or anything like that. So
Yeah, it goes nowhere or something.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
23 episodes of filler and a really good pilot and a really good ending. Kind of pointless.
Lost. Sorry. Yeah.
Oi, no. How dare you, sir? I was going to say Invasion. God damn that program.
Oh God, yeah. No, they're in purgatory, aren't they? No, 5 seasons later, they're in purgatory. Fuck.
I don't know what you mean. Shame on you.
No. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So that's on Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, that's on Netflix, and that's all I've been doing, I'm afraid.
No, that's fine. That's fine. All good. So then over to you, Mr. Deer. How about your?
Yes.
How is your life?
My life, not too eventful,
Right.
but I'll start with the social stuff. Did go and finally get to visit my grandson.
Hey,
Right. Okay.
right.
It's a disaster moved out of the way, and we finally got to where we needed to be, because
Hooray.
every time we tried to go, something's always happened. Like the last time, the car broke down.
Yes.
And then it cost us loads of money to get fucking fuel injectors replaced on the car.
yes. Remember.
Indeed. So went up, visited, had a wonderful visit. Such a great little visit there. He's already got a little personality forming.
Mhm.
And yeah, me and him got on like a house on fire. He doesn't actually scream the house down when I'm nearby. So there you go.
Well, there's
That's
always
good.
someone out there for you, Dale.
Exactly. So
Yep.
Out of 7
Yeah,
billion people, you're always going to find one, aren't you?
there is, yeah, broken clock, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that was great, really, really good visit. So on the way home, though,
Uh-oh.
just as we made it back
Mm.
to, let's see, about not even a mile down the road,
Mm.
Bree
Car
went,
exploded.
"What's that noise?"
Yep.
And I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at something on my phone. And
Don't
I went,
tell me you
"What
brought the
noise?"
baby back.
Yeah, it's in the boot. Shit. That's I mean, that's the thing. You sign up when you become a grandparent. You sign the contract of, yes, you can play with the kids, you can feed them sweets, and then you can give them back at the end, right? Okay, it's part of the contract, part of the agreement. You don't keep them, right? Which is like possibly one of the greatest things about being a grandparent. That's it. You have all the fun, none of the consequences. So good stuff. But no, we were driving back, and Ree went, "What's that noise?" And I'm like, "What noise?" She went, "There was like a scraping sound." I'm like, I can't hear anything. She goes, "It doesn't. Something doesn't feel quite right." I'm like, "Well, it's probably nothing." Anyway, we pull in. And you know the on the underside of a car, you've got like that cover that covers the underside of the engine to stop debris going into it and shit like that.
Yes.
Yeah, the front of that had just come away.
Nice.
So it had been on the floor. I mean, it's a good job it happened just before we got home, because God knows what it would have been like driving along the motorway with it. If it had caught on something.
I thought you were going to tell me it was a coyote.
No. It wasn't anybody, someone's granddad or anything like that in the wheels. None of the local old people or anything like that. But it was that. So anyway, I took a look at it, and I noticed that one of the actual points where it had one screw left in the front. Two of them were missing. So I thought to myself, well, obviously they'd been ripped out. But then I started looking at the other screws on the side, the actual sockets or the holes where the screws would go through to go into their sockets in the actual bottom of the car. And they were all in perfect condition, but there were no screws to be found. And I'm thinking to myself, are you telling me that we took it in for a service or something at some point, and some cunt hasn't put all the fucking bolts back in the bottom of the fucking car? So, yeah. So what I did was I took the one screw that was left, took it out. I went to the one, put it into the other side, the unripped part with the washer and everything like this, held it in place there. And then I found another screw in here that was equivalent size and sort of like the thread looked to be the right distance. And I managed to secure the ripped part as well. And so it's like, okay, well, we can't go anywhere with this, so we better get an engineer out to take a look at it. So we phoned our insurance. Well, we phoned Green Flag, got them to come out and take a look. Bloke came out and had a look at this. He's like, okay, no problem. I'll see what we can do. We may need to put some ties in there just to keep it in place. But yeah, let's see how we go. So he looked at it, and I'm indoors waiting for him to finish off doing what he's doing. And he calls, and he said, I'm all done. Do you want to come out and sort of like we'll have a talk about this? So I went out there, and he went, who screwed the bolts into the front of the car there, to hold the thing in place? And I went, I did. And he goes, are you an engineer? And I went,
fuck
no.
off.
Oh, no, these were his words. He went, are you an engineer? And I went, no. I said, well, I work in IT engineer. That's what you... You know, if that counts. He went, no, he said, you did a really good job. He said, he said, he says, it's really secure under there, thanks to what you've done. And he said, all I've done is I've put a few more cable ties in there. He said, you're not even going to need to go to a garage to get this sorted. So we're expecting to pay like 200 quid for the base, cable. And in the end, we didn't have to. So it's like, well, this makes a fucking change. So, there we go. I can now add that to my CV. Repair of washing machines and cars.
Nice.
So if anybody wants any jobs done on their car, as long as it's putting a bolt into a socket, then I'm your man.
I was going to say,
it was a call.
Have you not considered the fact that every time you go up to visit your grandson, something horrible happens to your car? You sure it's not your You sure it's not your son?
What? Fate. No. Because this happened after. This happened after the visit. You see, it normally happens before we go.
Yeah.
Or during the actual visit. So it came after.
Sure, it's not foul play.
No, nothing like that at all.
Okay.
So there you go. So let's see. What else did I done do?
What did you done
this
do?
Week? Watched a new Star Trek show, which I know you've watched as well. Academy. And I've got to say, no, it's not the best Star Trek show out there, but I don't mind it. And basic for the fact is, it doesn't do that thing that Discovery does, which is, look, I know the ship is falling apart and we're all about to fall into our doom and we're going to go into this black hole. But remember that baked potato you made me the other day? Well, I felt the emotion with that. And I just wanted to say this at this moment, this pinnacle moment where we should be working on the fucking problem at hand. But no, I'm just going to do the soap opera shit during the bit where we should be fixing stuff. That's what I found with Discovery quite a bit. No, they actually get on and resolve a problem. So I've got no real problem with it. Like I say, it's not the best Star Trek show out there. I don't think it's going to win any
milk
awards.
Of science fiction.
Yeah, but it's, I don't mind it. I've seen a lot worse, and I thought it was okay.
Will you be watching more? Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I put it on and I'll watch it, and it's all right. It's cool. It's all right. It's fine. Right. I mean, some of the humor is a bit forced. Thankfully, it's no Lower Decks, where you don't have to watch 3 seasons of one particular Star Trek show to get a joke that they make on there. But yeah, it's all right. It does the job. That's
good.
It. Waste some time. You obviously didn't like it, Lee.
Not
I can tell.
A fucking bit.
There you go, then.
Yeah, but we'll get to my one in a minute because the problem is it's inoffensive.
We're not going to wait, are we? We are getting to your bit right now. You're supposed to. You're supposed to jump in and do this anyway. This is it. This is the rules here. When somebody mentions something we've all seen, we all pile in and.
Okay. Well, then here we go.
Or whatever.
It's insipid. It's fucking Ready Breck of science fiction. It's literally inconsequential. I had more material meat on the bone from an actual fart I had after eating a curry than in this film and this show. Every character is tedious. It doesn't understand that you are now in the year 31 something, and everyone still talks like they came from last week.
Still fist bumping. Don't forget that. Yeah.
It's the problems aren't problems. The action is terrible. The fucking whole pacing of it. I mean, the direction is just bilge. We got to have loads and loads of. It's just cliche heaped on cliche, and every character isn't an actual character. What they are is a checklist of character traits or tics. So, for example, the main character, the Holly Hunter character, her speaks out like this because she got to speak out like this because she's Holly Hunter, yes, and. And basically, her whole thing. If you were to sort of say, I don't know, Picard or Sisko or Kirk or fucking even Janeway or Captain Archer, they all had a thing about them. They all had a defining trait. Picard was the diplomat. Kirk was the military leader, geezer. He was there. He knew history, and he was out there, and he was about exploring.
Girl in every port.
Yes, exactly. Sisko was the damaged the damaged Starfleet officer who had loyalty to his people, but he still had anger issues. Janeway was the sort of the nurturing mother with a steely heart, and she had real thing. Akai doesn't wear shoes and sits on a seat funny.
Well, then I would say her defining trait is that she's
boring,
financially astute, because she's not wearing through her shoes, so she doesn't have to buy many.
Yeah.
So,
but
Shoe Zone's not going to be seeing her as a customer for a while.
No, she's not going to be seen in JD Sports anytime soon. None of the characters have anything of any interest. I mean, it's like I know fucking internet people get up on their high horse about, I don't know, fucking mental issues or wheelchairs or whatever in the 31st century. I don't give a shit about any of that crap.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about fucking politics, battleground, culture wars bollocks. I'm just talking about as a show. It is literally a vapid fart of nothing. It doesn't offend, but it also doesn't entertain. It just sits there with soft glow and boring people wandering around with predictable plots, doing very boring things that just feel like they're so utterly generic. It's the beige wallpaper of science fiction. It's literally there's no depth, color, or anything. There's nothing. It's just I sat there watching. I thought I'd be able to sit there and go, look, I've got to give it some episodes, because the thing is, like every series, like every game I've ever played, like anything, I have a knee-jerk reaction, and I'm like, then I find out a couple of hours in or a couple of days later or whatever that maybe my reaction was a little extreme.
What episode did you watch up to?
4.
Episode 4. Oh, because I hear episode 5 is where it all really comes together. That's why.
There is, of course. What a cat!
Christ. Sorry, could resist.
Yeah, and it's just insipid. It's like you watch. It'd be like you watching like EastEnders, The Next Generation, and you'd be sitting down thinking, well, any second now we're going to have a fight in the pub. We're going to have a couple of people having it away who shouldn't be. There'll be at least one person with some kind of terrible diagnosis, one illegitimate child, and some family drama. You sit down and you think, right, okay, here we go. Here's some gritty, shitty drama, but I can get in on it. And you'll sit down there and everyone just kind of mills about and does a bit of shopping at the market and buys a carrot. And then that's it. You just kind of go, I've just watched them for an hour, and all the most intelligent, interesting, dynamic thing was a carrot. It's that. It's a carrot. It's just carrot of sci-fi. It's just, you can't get angry at the content of it because there's nothing there. I just got angry at the waste of time and of everything. You go 1,000 years into the future. I mean, fuck me. We go 100 years from where we were, and you look at like,
I just go down to the shops and it's all different down there.
Yeah, but it's just the problem is there's a premise. There's a premise of, let's rebuild the Federation. Okay, fine, let's do that. There's the premise of, let's build this new, hopeful, wonderful, young minds and mold them all into being Starfleet. Brilliant. Let's do that. That's a great hook. Let's get to know the characters. Or we can just follow around Haircut. And he can just
Haircut.
Yeah, that's him. The bloke is just haircut. That's his entire trait.
Haircut.
He's haircut. His entire trait is haircut, and my mum's missing. That's it. I don't.
My mum's missing a haircut. No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I genuinely don't know his name. I've watched 4 episodes, and haircut, because that's all I'm calling him. He's literally a broccoli stem in a suit. And every fucking episode he has to take his top off so he can show his muscles.
Of course he does. That's his defining trait. Didn't you know that, Lee?
Then there's pacifist Klingon, who just goes, I'm a pacifist. And his character does nothing. It's like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we have a Klingon and they don't do anything? Right. How about we have on the team a really happy-go-lucky first entrant into Starfleet Academy who's a living hologram? Brilliant. What's going to come of that? Nothing. It's just nothing. It's just like nothing.
So what you're saying is there's nothing. Is that
Nothing.
right?
Yeah.
Did I get that? Yep.
It's if it was any more vapid and hollow,
Yeah.
there would be a Dalek time ship stuck between voids coming through with thousands of Daleks in it because it lives in the space between spaces. That's where fucking Starfleet Academy is. It's literally living in the black gap between universes. It's got nothing there.
Neil Puncter. Right. Okay.
You could literally go, what's it about? And they go, it's about an academy with kids in Starfleet. Brilliant. What's this episode about? Nothing. Who's this character? He's lost his mum and he has a haircut. Okay. What about the captain? Well, she doesn't wear shoes and she sits on a thing funny. Brilliant. Let's have a look at the spaceship. Surely the spaceship's exciting new design.
Oh.
No, it's a saucer section and it's a building. And we put some funky wings on it, but we left those in space and we barely even go there. And it's like, right. Oh, but we got the guy from Voyager, Robert Picardo. Okay. Okay, Robert Picardo. He's a character. He was in Voyager in 7 years of Voyager, which admittedly wasn't particularly good, but you know what? He started off, he's an emergency medical hologram, and he had to evolve over 7 years. And it's like, wow, he's become a sentient hologram. He's a new species, effectively. Isn't that amazing? By the time you got to the end of Series 7, whether you liked it or not, he was a fully rounded character from when he first activated in the first episode. Brilliant. Fantastic. Love it. Okay, so if he evolves that much in 7 years, how much more would he have evolved over nearly 1,000 years? Turns out, not a job.
No?
No, not a fucking thing. Not a thing. He's like, oh, okay. I don't know about you, but I think we're all over a certain age. I think in the intervening 50 years, we might have changed quite a bit. How do you think if we managed to live for 1,000 years, we might change? How do you think we might have evolved? This guy changed from nothing to a fully sentient creature in 7 years. What about 1,000 years? Well, it turns out not a lot. Because you know what? We need some comedy. It's like, fuck off. It's just a waste of my time. And it's not even as bad. It's just...
So what you're saying is that's a no from you then?
No, I'll watch some more.
I've been looking forward to the next episode. Yeah.
No, actually, I won't. I have taken, shall we say, the subscription offline.
Okay,
it's the best.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. So fuck Starfleet
well,
Academy, boring ass.
Well,
fucking thing.
Moving on from that then to to stuff that I have seen on YouTube that makes me feel like I'm just wondering, do I need to see? I'd still love to see these shows. I've got quite into crime dramas.
Okay.
There's two in particular that I've been seeing a lot of on YouTube clips of. One of them is Mobland with Tom Hardy, Pierce Brosnan, and Paddy Considine.
Constantine.
Or however you pronounce his last name. That looks really good, and it's Tom Hardy just talking and not doing a funny accent. He's just being himself, but I really like his character in it. He plays like a fixer for a crime family, who he gets himself or tries to get the family out of some real dodgy situations. That's not helped by Pierce Brosnan just going off and being a psycho sometimes, and ordering people getting sort of like hit very hard, if you know what I mean. But no, I really like Tom Hardy's character in this, because he's not even he's very much into the family. He's very much sort of like getting near the top of the tree where that family is concerned, but he knows when to switch that on and when not to switch that on, and how to interact with everyday people. And he's just got a real nice sort of dialed back delivery, but you can tell that if you fuck him over, he is going to sort you out, right? So yeah, that one I really want to see. But there's also another show from Australia that I really want to watch. There are only 3 seasons of it. I think it was like 6 episodes a season, and it's called Mr. In Between.
Yep. So
you have?
Yeah.
What do you think of it, Owen? Would you agree with me? It's fucking awesome, isn't it? It's just so there's not it's not it looks like a show that doesn't have that much of a massive budget, but its writing is fantastic, and the character of Ray, the main character, absolutely brilliant. Really love that character. Elton, would you say that the guy when trouble's going to kick off when he smiles?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yes,
because he looks like the grim fucking Reaper when he does it.
Yeah,
it's like death.
The dry sense of humor of the Aussies. That's what it is.
Yes,
that really works well.
Yeah,
nice.
Fantastic show. I mean, I don't know when it's ever going to become free on whatever streaming services.
It's on Disney, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not signed up to Disney, and I'm not buying a fucking subscription. Thanks very much. So yeah, I mean, if it ever gets onto any other platform, then fine, I'll watch it. But for a show that's only got something like 18 episodes, something like that, I'm finding an awful lot of YouTube clips that I've never seen before.
Yeah,
keep cropping up in it, but I just love the performances.
Right.
In this.
Okay.
So yeah, the dry sense of humor, and I think you're right. That really sells it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That and the people that he has to deal with. Yeah, why do you call them arseholes, Ray? It's because nobody dealt with them in the first place when they started playing up. But I will. So yeah. Oh, how many people do you think you've assaulted, Ray? Oh, I don't know. I've lost count. Some people ask for it,
Right.
But yeah, he's a very capable, he's like a I don't know, what would you call him? Would you say he's a hitman? I think he's a bit of everything, really, isn't he?
Yeah, a bit of an ex-hitman and proper hard man from around town as well.
He is, but he's a very fair character as well. He's not black and white. It's where you see in some shows where if somebody upsets him a little bit, they'll kick off and they'll just slaughter them. I don't know. He just doesn't. He's not like that. he's only really violent if he absolutely needs to be. So he's got a lot of common sense, and he can tell when a situation is not, when there's a lot more to a situation than meets the eye. And he does help quite a few people during the show as well, from what I've seen some of the clips. You know, you can always tell who the arseholes are. And it's like, don't try lying to him because he will fucking find you out. So, Mr. In Between.
Nice.
Really, really good show. As I say, there weren't very many episodes of it. They're not making any more either. They said it was like a 3-season deal, watching an interview with the guy who plays Ray. And that's it. They've done it now. And they're moving on. He's moving on to write other things. I think he's got like a horror series planned next.
Yeah.
About vampires, I think it is. He was talking about that. He was mentioning this. So that's going to be interesting to watch, I think. Excellent. But there you go. That's me. I'm done.
Okay. Brilliant. For me, this week and last week, and, the bit of the week before as well, it's basically Carol had a gallbladder done. So
right, yeah.
she's been laid up. She's okay now. It's all good. She's I think she's going back to work tomorrow. She's going to start going back to work tomorrow. I'll spare you the gory details because the pictures of the actual gallstones were quite something. So suffice to say, I don't fancy meatballs anytime soon.
Oh, good Lord.
But anyway, so obviously I took some time off because Carol couldn't pick anything up, couldn't drive, couldn't move anything heavy, couldn't bend over to pick stuff up. So we did spend an awful lot of time watching stuff. So the aforementioned Starfleet Academy, which I don't know, I got to leave it alone because everyone knows I'm not happy with it. And I'm only not happy with it because it's such a waste of everything. It's just waste of time, waste of effort, waste of everything. So, I won't be revisiting that, and I don't care for it, and I won't be watching anymore. And the worst thing was, and this goes to one of the first things I'll bring up, is we were watching that in conjunction with another series. And that series was Disney's, or rather Marvel's, Wonder Man. And first off, we came at both with fairly low expectations because, I hadn't really been on the new Trek, train. And also I'm pretty down on Marvel at the moment. So we both sort of it was one of those kind of it's a wet Monday. We're just stuck on the sofa. We're not doing anything. What are you going to do? And so we started watching Wonder Man. And just to bring you up to speed, it's essentially, it's 8 parts. And it tells the story of this guy who's an actor. And he's a little too intense with his roles. So all the bit part roles, he has one line and then has to fall over, and he sits there kind of constantly going, yeah, but what's my motivation? And I'm thinking that maybe we should rewrite the script so that even though I don't say anything, I'm just lying there dead, we actually were friends, and your background, and you and I could have share a look between each other before you bite my head off and all this kind of thing. And he's totally in his own way as an actor. And then he runs across Trevor Slattery, played by Ben Kingsley. Exactly. Who it turns out is going for an audition for the part of Wonder Man, which was this old science fiction show that was a film that was made in the 70s, and they're going to remake it in in modern time. And it's just, and then this guy Simon, he falls in with Trevor Slattery, and it's basically like Midnight Cowboy. what you've got is you've got these two characters. You've got these two characters who are quite different. One's naive and the other one's kind of quite cynical and a bit of a bullshitter. But the one thing they love is being an actor. And one of them, Simon, he's got a secret because ever since there was an accident on one episode of one thing, superheroes or people with powers are not allowed to act because the film companies can't insure them. So he's got a power, but you don't really see it, and it's all about him covering that up and just hiding it away, while Trevor is constantly mistaken for the Mandarin. Everyone thinks he's this, terrorist, and so he just wants to be accepted as an actor again. And you've got this Simon who doesn't want to show that he's got superpowers, and it's just the two of them over the course of like a couple of weeks or a couple of months, essentially going to different auditions and trying to, get their way through to winning the part in Wonder Man and the Wonder Man's partner, like Batman and Robin kind of thing. And there's a little subplot involving, the government trying to out Simon for having powers because they know he's got powers, but they can't prove it. But the rest of it is like a kind of, it's just a buddy comedy, and it's got some absurd situations while they try and keep the powers under wraps and hidden. And the powers are kind of secondary to this kind of friendship, this kind of Midnight Cowboy, Rizzo and John Voight kind of thing, just strolling around Hollywood trying to get jobs. And it's charming, it's funny, it's heartbreaking, it's sad, it's fun, it's so knowing, and it wants to keep us far away from the superhero stuff as possible. And except for one flashback episode involving Josh Gad, which you have to watch. It's just, that's quite funny. But the thing is, it's like, do you remember Michael Douglas' show, The Kaminsky Method?
Oh, I never watched it, but I know of it.
Which is basically just this out-of-work actor just trying to get through life, essentially. It's that. But this guy's got a superpower and he wants to be a superhero in a film. And
right,
even if you don't have any knowledge of the rest of the Marvel Universe, it's just worth watching. It's just really well acted. It's really funny. It's really tender. It's got some nice friendship stuff going on. It's just about these two random people trying to just get along and earn some money and become the stars that they always think they deserve to be. And it's probably a lot better for people who are a bit more into the sort of Hollywood in-jokes kind of thing, because there's lots of cameos of people playing themselves. But I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. And that, with this sort of 6 episodes thing of like characters with like one character trait and, telling a story, juxtaposed between that and fucking Starfleet Academy, which was just like a galactic black hole just sucking in everything in a tedious swirl of nothing. It was just such a contrast, and so we ended up binging Wonder Man and dumping fucking Starfleet Academy. Couldn't give less of a shit of it. But it's actually, if you got some way of watching Wonder Man without having to do Disney Plus, and you just want to watch these two guys just bumbling about for 6 episodes, give it a look. I think it'll be pleasantly surprising, especially if you're not into superheroes. It's really quite cool. Then we watched The Rip, which is Matt Damon and what's the other guy? Fucking hell, Ben Affleck.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, as two two members of this team that go in and sort of knock over drugs houses and they're being investigated by internal investigations because one of their members dies right at the very start of the film. And then they stumble across a tip-off which says, go to this house, this drugs house. There's some money there. And he sort of like, Matt Damon gets this sort of nod that it's like there. And he goes in and he says, it's going to be this like $100,000 in there, I've heard. And then he tells another one of his team, there's $75,000 in there, I heard. And then he turns to Ben Affleck and says, I heard there's $300,000 in there. And he goes through the team, giving them a different value every time. So you're like, what's going on here? And then they finally break into this house, only to find that there's a false wall with $20 million behind it.
Oh.
And that's where the film takes off, because suddenly you're like, why is he telling them all different numbers? Who does he not trust? Who does he trust? Is he trying to rip off the money? Because the idea is that their process is that if they find the money, they have to count it on site, and then they have to deliver it back to the station. But in the meantime, they know they've only got like 30 minutes to get in and out of this house, because the drug kingpins know that they're there and will be coming. And they phone up and just say, take this money, we'll call it even, just go, and nobody has to die. You've got 30 minutes. And it's like, okay, so what's going on? And it's all right. It's not brilliant. It doesn't set the house on fire, but it does have a moment where you're sitting there kind of going, whoa, who do I trust? What is going on? Who is the double crosser here? Is there a snitch in the group? Are they all dirty? What's happening? It does go into sort of generic action stuff at the last knockings, but for the most part, it was all right. It wasn't bad, especially for, stuff that's on Netflix, which I find tends to fall into two categories. It's either made for Netflix and really expensive and takes too long, or it's something that they bought in that's cheap that wouldn't be on a fucking bottom shelf of blockbusters. So yeah, it's worth a look. It's not the best thing ever, but it's certainly, if you're in the mood for a crime thriller with a bit of twisty turny, whoa, where's your loyalties lie kind of thing. Like I say, I think the ending lets it down a little bit, but not too bad. Then I watched Fackham Hall.
I beg your pardon.
Yes, indeed.
This is the Pornhub Downton Abbey.
Well, you were half right. You're half right. It's basically if the people who made Airplane made Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
And it has like 5 good gags, and then it takes those 5 good gags and it tells you them again and again and again and again till you're like, I got it the first time. Stop telling me that joke. For example, there's a throwaway line at the very beginning that the idea is it's doing all the sort of Downton things. Who's going to inherit, Fackham Hall, sort of thing. And the head of the family, played by Damian Lewis, goes, if only we still had a male heir, but unfortunately all 4 of my children have died. And he opens up a scrapbook of all his children. And he's got like the first one, it says, John Dunham, because I think it's the Dunham family. He goes, John Dunham dies, lost, wins free tickets to the Titanic. And then he turns over and he goes, Paul Dunham, first civilian to ride on the Hindenburg. And he rolls it over again, and it's like, it's all those kind of things, George Dunham taking the first expedition to the North Pole with Ranulph Scott, sort of thing. And each one, and they're all, and you see that the one's called John, next one's called Paul, then there's George, and poor little Ringo. And that's it. It's a funny gag. It's a visual gag. It's in the scrapbook. So, do we need to hear Damian Lewis say that gag 4 more times. No, we don't. And that's the problem with all of it. So, like, Jimmy Carr does a thing where he's a vicar, and he's doing this thing where he goes, he'll miss the punctuation. So he's like, we're here to marry these two arseholes. And then he pauses, and then he looks at the thing again, and he goes, "We are here to marry these two. Our souls are wedded in marriage," sort of thing. And it's like the gag works, but then we come back to him again, and he does it again. It's like, no. And then, like, the main character, he's a Cockney geezer, and they say, "Oh, we're going to fuck 'em all," and he says, "Yeah, fuck 'em all." And they go, "Yeah, that's right, fuck 'em all." And it's like, the first time, funny. Fourth time, not so much. Mm-hmm. And it just kept doing that. And it felt like it would have been a TV pilot, like the Files of the Police Squad, and it would have just been like, get it done, 40 minutes in, out, thank you very much, like The Play Who Goes Wrong or something like that. Don't stretch it to fucking nearly 2 hours, because god damn it, I was bored. I was literally looking at Carol every 5 minutes going, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I did like the very bit at the end when they go through the credits and they show you what they tell you what happened to the characters after the film finished. And it's Jimmy Carr's one. Yeah, I burst out laughing at when it talks about the fact that he tragically died in a bunker in Berlin in 1945.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's bits of it that are really funny. Like Damian Lewis's character does die, and so they have to treat him in the way that he always wanted to treat. It's one of his wishes that he always saw the respect and love of nature. So even when he was hunting, and it goes, so we respected that. And then it pulls focus on the wake, and it pulls focus, and there's Damian Lewis stuffed, holding a gun behind them, and it's sort of like mounted on a fucking wall. And it's like, good, fine. Except then he comes back in another shot, and then he comes back again at the last knockings when they have the family photo, and he's still stuffed, and they've stuck him in the fucking photo. And it's like, it was funny the first time, stop it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really felt like a missed opportunity. It really felt like it was almost there. What almost was there was I almost couldn't give a shit about my last thing I watched, which was The Wrecking Crew, which is on Amazon Prime, which is Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa as two brothers. One's a renegade, and the other one's is a military police officer. Their father is dead, and who's going to avenge him? And then 2 hours happens. Let's put it this way. It was playing. I was watching it for probably about 20 minutes. And then Katie had a problem with her laptop, and she called me up on FaceTime. I went into the kitchen. I talked to her on FaceTime for probably about 30 minutes. Fixed the problem. Sat back down. I said to Carol, don't bother catching me up. I already know what's happened. And sure enough, I didn't miss a beat. I went off to the kitchen. I did something completely different. The film carried on playing. 30 minutes later, I sat down. I didn't miss a single thing because I knew exactly what it was all about. It's probably actually in the dictionary definition beside predictable. Because you watch it, and within 2 minutes of watching it, he's the bad guy. He's the corrupt official. She's the love interest. These two are going to get on in the end. And by the way, this is where they're all going to have a big old fight. And this person's going to die in a horrible way with this thing, which we mentioned right at the very beginning. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Let's just put the timer on, sit back. And 2 hours later, ding, it comes out the oven. And you're like, I knew every fucking beat of that.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, exactly. I'm shocked, not that shocked. So yeah, Wrecking Crew. It's not bad. If that's the thing you're after, if you're a bit of action pap, go for it. Absolutely not a problem. The leads are charming enough. If you like Jason Momoa doing the Brad Pitt thing, which is he can only ever talk while either drinking a beer or eating something and going, "My man," or if you want Dave Bautista shaking his head, looking like a grizzled walnut, then that's it. That's the film for you. Have fun, have at it. But yeah, so yeah, just to confirm, The Rip, Starfleet Academy. Fackham Hall, Wrecking Crew, and Wonder Man. Maybe I should do it all in jingles for next time. Right. Anyway, before we go into the review, let's get the feedback out the way. Oh, God, there's a button. I remember how this thing works.
It's feedback time.
Yeah, so we reviewed The Guest in the last episode. I had someone called Teresa Burnside on the Facebook group come up and give me a stream of GIFs of Dan Stevens stepping out of the shower. Oh, good Lord. And and Jeffrey Mark Hyman posting a thing from that film with the was it Psycho Gorman? I do not care for hunky boys. Anyway, so I was being mocked. My one moment of open sexuality, and I was mocked mercilessly. Andy Pulaski.
Dan wouldn't mock you, Lee. Dan wouldn't mock you at all.
Dan wouldn't. No, he'd just stand there in his towel, looking at me with those piercing blue eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, I do not care for hunky boys. Andy Plastides wanted to know if the cat attack in the last episode, when Spud, our random stray cat, has returned, and yes, he has. He has decided to come back from his owners to a house where we have a cat flap, which apparently he does not possess. So, yeah, there is a chance that if it's raining, I will be attacked by a soggy ginger cat at some point during this recording. So, just so you know, because yeah, it's just the way it goes. And then we got a piece of written feedback into feedback at Black Dog Podcast, and it's from Pete Collins, and he writes, hello again, Black Dog Podcast. I wanted to give you some feedback on The Guest. Like many of you, I was into it at first. It felt like one of those movies where some action hero tough guy joins some family, helps them through some issues, but played more straight and realistically with a war veteran who's become a little unhinged. I was keen to see where it would go, and then Lance Reddick started talking. I'm here to earn myself a conservatory. It felt like the writers didn't really know how to finish their story, or just got bored of the cold, tense plotting and wanted to throw in some action. I caught the 80s vibe early on, but couldn't tell why it was there. It just felt out of place, and it only fits towards the end when it becomes time for Halloween, where Dave turns into some combination of a slasher villain and a Terminator. My problem was post-Riddick section, which was just that it stopped making sense. So David is programmed to tie up loose ends, but he does it in the most overt and conspicuous ways. Shouldn't he be trying to do it more subtly or not drawing attention to himself, like he did with everyone else he murdered beforehand? What was he even programmed to be in the first place? The whole explanation doesn't really fit. Then Lance and Co. goes guns blazing and not use one sniper. Whatever it was trying to do at the end, it just didn't deliver a good version of, whereas it had been succeeding so well beforehand. And then it ends on a stinger that should have set off a franchise, where David tries again with a different family, except the kids clock who he is, so logically he should have immediately been trying to kill them. It feels like that some meddling execs got in the way of this one. I can't believe the tone shift was part of the original script. Or maybe the script got mixed up with some others and they just went with it. It's a shame because pre-Riddick sections are really great. But in the end, it was just deranged as Dave was. Anyway, that's all for now. Bye-bye now, Pete Collins. Bye, Pete. Thanks very much. Thank you very much for that. And if you, like Pete, would like to send in some feedback, you can do it to the Facebook group. which is facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast, or you can send it in to an email, which is feedback@blackdogpodcast.com. Right. We will leave it there. We will come back after the jingle with the review of The Invitation. So, it just leaves me to roll the jingle and say, try the wine.
Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest.
Right, The Invitation is a 2015 American psychological horror thriller film directed by Karen Kusama, written by Phil Hay and Matt Manfredi, starring Logan Marshall Green, who you may remember from Upgrade, which was very good, and Prometheus, which wasn't.
Or, as we call him, Tom Hardy, or if wet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's Timu Tom Hardy.
Tom Flaccid.
The more streamlined version.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Tom not very hardy. Tom Hardy. Anyway.
To the break of dawn.
Yeah. It also stars Tammy Blanchard, Michelle Huseman, Miguel Huseman, Amatizil Kunau. What the fucking hell name is that?
Starring loads of actors.
Starring lots of people I cannot pronounce because I'm not pronouncing Emayatzzy. What the hell name is that? Doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm going to call you Bill. Right. Anyway, the film, the plot basically surrounds a small dinner party, a reunion dinner party for friends after a tragic accident has separated them all for 2 years. That's all I'm going to say because that's the plot. Honest gov. Right. The film was made for a budget of $1 million. Just the one. How? Sorry?
Just the one, Mrs. Wembley.
Yeah, just the one. And how much did it make at the box office, Jim?
3 million red lanterns.
Nice. Oh, okay. Elton.
1 baseball bat and 1 foamy mouth.
Okay. Darren, how much did it make?
A glass of dodgy red wine and a fuckload of anxiety.
Well, actually, you're all wrong. What it actually earned was 1 poker and a conveniently unlocked laptop. Right. So, we will go around the table. We will do a non-spoiler. This is very important on this one. Non-spoiler version of our review. And then we will go into the spoiler section. After which, if you're listening, you've only got yourself to blame. But anyway, let's go around the table. Jim, you'll go last because it was your pick. So we'll start with... actually, none of us have seen this film before, have we?
No.
Right.
No.
Down? Okay, fine. So
No,
I'll just
I
pick it
haven't
randomly.
at all.
So in which case, Elton, what did you think?
That's not random. That's how it goes.
Is it? Oh, sorry.
No, it's
I was going to
fine.
pick... Was it? Okay. I'll pick it not random and go Elton.
Oh, okay. I really enjoyed this.
Right.
I enjoyed it. Tense all the way through, got me thinking all the way through. But I did read a review on IMDb where they said, just watch the last 10 minutes. But I had fun with it. I thought it was all right.
Nice. Okay. All right then. Darren, what about you?
I hated being in this film for just about the whole entire run of it. I was screaming at the TV throughout the entire thing. And then when when it gets to the point where I think the character is finally listening to me, and it's like,
No
then
spoilers.
they don't do what they should be doing, and it's like, but what the fuck? So, yeah, I mean, I suppose it was good because it made me feel the way I feel. I mean, if its aim was to make you feel on edge and that you didn't want to be there, and if you were in that situation, this would have been resolved in 5 minutes flat, right? Then yeah, fucking great, brilliant. I was angry. I was angry all the way through it. I really was. I was just fucking just stop now. Just, you know what you need to. What are you doing? Just listen to me. Listen to me. Don't let me shout. Don't let me shout. Listen to me.
You do know they can't hear you, right?
Yeah, but I forget that. It's like I used to be when I used to listen to people on podcasts, and I used to forget that I'm not with them in the room talking, so they can't hear what I'm saying at them. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Yeah. Yeah. It was a bit of a roller coaster for me, this one. And we shall get into more of that when we talk about spoilers. Can we hurry up and go to spoilers? I'm feeling it creeping in again.
Okay. Okay. In which case, for me, I think I wrote that review on IMDb.
What, my one?
No, the one that said just skip to the end and watch the last 20 minutes. No, okay, it was a proper mixed bag for me. I watched the film. The film was 2/3 build up and 1/3 payoff, which is fine. But I found the build up played its hand way too early. So the middle third is just you waiting for the shoe to drop. And that I found intensely irritating. Because it relied on characters not acting in the way that they should at that point. And maybe we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, it was a really, really mixed bag for me. I kind of appreciated what it was trying to do, and I appreciated the subtext and themes underneath it, which I thought were really good. And I kind of wish that they dealt with that more than the main plot, so to speak. So yeah, I was a bit like you, Dal. I was just like, well, I'll read you some of my notes in a minute. You'll get the general gist of where I was.
Why are they not listening to me?
Pretty much.
Was that one of your notes?
Pretty much. It wasn't far
Big
off.
letters.
Well, hold on. I will read you one note because it's not a spoiler. Oh, where's my notes gone?
I think one of my other ones was, why are you doing this to yourself?
Yeah, it wasn't far off of any of that. Hold on, where are we? Oh, I've lost my bloody notes. Fucking Apple. Right, okay, let's just do it this way then. Let's go to search, shall we? Let's go to search. See if I can find my own fucking notes app on this stupid thing. One of them was fucking called it, and the second one was get the fuck out in big capitals, at least 5 times bigger than the rest of the fonts. And then another one, I am frustrated. Why am I frustrated? I'm frustrated, very frustrated. It went on for about 5 or 6 lines of frustrated, I'll leave it there. You get your general gist. But yes, it was a mixed bag, to say the least. It would be better if they were swingers, I think, is another thing. Anyway, right. So, Jim, what about you? What did you think of it?
This was my second time watch.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this on my list to do because I note down films that what would be good to discuss.
Mm.
And I think this is a very interesting one to talk about.
Yes.
Because it is kind of almost like it's like an American Mike Lee play from hell.
Definitely.
And it is but watching it a second time when you know where it's all going, it's sort of quite interesting because it is all kind of no spoiler stuff.
Yeah. Careful.
Yeah, it's tricky to talk about, but it's one of those films. It's wrong to say I enjoyed it because I think it is just very fucking bleak and tense, and a lot of it is mining into that thing of kind of not social awkwardness, but the sort of it's how what we now call bad faith actors exploit social norms to their advantage.
Yes.
The
horror of manners.
Kind of, yes, yeah. I think that really sort of hit home big time that this second watch. Whereas the first one I thought it's more about grief, which it is. But it is kind of it is a lot about manipulation, about how the unspoken rules that you don't do this, you do that because you'll appear to be a psychopath. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, there are real psychopaths
who know those rules.
Yes, know those rules, and they use them against you. Yeah, it's one of those. I think it's a very sort of interesting film. Not necessarily a hugely enjoyable film. I know when I watched it, I thought that they're going to kill me because this is fucking. this isn't a fun time. This is the end of January. Why on earth did I pick this film? I forgot how fucking bleak this was. Yeah. Why didn't I pick Carry On Camping or Dougal and the Blue Cat? You know.
Yeah. Dougal and the Blue Cat was all sitting there going, "Was it me, Jim? Why have you done this to us?"
Lee, can you pick something like Cannibal Run or something for next week's film? Can you just something stupid?
The other thing I would say as well, watching it a second time, I did have a very different view of things in the current circumstances.
Yes.
But I'll go into that in spoiler. I'll say no more because that gets too spoilery.
Okay. Well, there you go. You've heard our views on the positive side. We have Elton and Jim. On the, shall we say, less than effusive side, you have me and Darren. So there you go. That's the balance. It's clearly a film that you have to make your own mind up on, and I would suggest strongly that you watch it without spoilers. So if you do plan on watching it, pause now and come back after this random selection of jingles.
Shut up, Wesley. Put your helmet on. We'll be reaching speeds of 3.
Now be a short intermission.
I'm pressing loads of buttons. Oh, no, let's not do that one. No.
This podcast is reversing.
I don't know what any of this stuff is doing. I don't know. I'm pressing buttons. Ah!
Shut up, Wesley.
Oh, fuck. Anyway.
That's different every time.
Yeah, it does. Every time. So, yes. Here we are in the spoiler zone. And we will get into spoilers. So, if you're listening and you suddenly go, "Oh, you've spoiled it for me. I didn't know it was about this." Shut up. It's your own fault. You're still listening. Fools. Actually, that could be pretty much the review of the entire podcast, couldn't it? Shut up, you're still listening, fools.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Mr. T to say that for us.
Yeah. AI Mr. T. Shut up, fool.
I'm sure we get the real one for a glass of milk these days.
Yeah, some Ratner's jewelry in his anybody's. Okay. So we're into the thing. Let's start from the beginning, right?
Oh,
this, the sigh that came out.
I can feel that. I can feel it coming back. I can just.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Rather than ask,
traumatized by this entire fucking event.
Okay. You're traumatized. Let's start there. Dow, why did it traumatize you?
I just wanted them to get the fuck out after 5 minutes. When once that woman slapped that other bloke in the face, I would have been like, fuck this party. I'm gone. I wouldn't even have said goodbye. I would have just been like, Irish goodbye, and then gone out the door, and that would have been it. I wouldn't have hung around. I would and if I couldn't get out, I would just spoil everything. I would just burn the fucking party to the ground. I would be so fucking belligerent just to make everybody's life a fucking misery there. Either let me go or this fucking party is done.
I'm gonna put on the Birdie song on Spotify.
I don't give a fuck. Just let me go now. Fuck y'all. I'm done.
I'm gonna Bluetooth into to the speaker and play Rick Astley for 12 hours.
Fucking right, or something. I don't know. I'm gonna shit on your in your fucking best china. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna fucking lay a big curly one right there. Right in your fucking the fucking china jug that's been handed down throughout your family for the last fucking 3 generations. Yeah, well, there you go. This is 3 generations of my shit in it.
Why? What's giving you that bad feeling?
I can't stand it when people who've got no right telling me what to do tell me what to do. Right, and that's what they were doing with the woman who slaps a bloke in the face, and it's
Eden.
like,
yeah,
Eden right? The bloke locking the fucking door and shit like this, and it's just a whole feeling walking in there. When they walk in there, it's just not right, you know, and you can tell something's up, right? It's like, do you think we're as stupid as you are? We can see that, like, fucking who's this wanker over here? This bald-headed twat you got sat in a fucking corner. Who the fuck's that? You know? It's like when he was banging on the door telling Thingy to come down out of the bedroom. It's like, why don't you fuck off? It's not your house. Why don't you fuck off? Mm-hmm. And it's that kind of... It's that. It's just...
So
just... Yeah. I don't know. It's that feeling of being trapped, right?
So that's the point of the film, though, isn't it?
What, that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the way she turns and then goes back and expects everything to be, you know, oh, I've gotten over it. It's like, well, go fuck yourself. I've not gotten over it, what you just fucking did there. You know? Fuck off.
Okay. Well, then that's a good place to leap in and jump in and sort of go, because what Darren's talking about here is what you were alluding to, Jim, right at the start, which was that a lot of this is the horror of manners and people not and people thinking about the social contract and sticking to societal norms and
just get out. I'm screaming that at the film. This is what I was talking about. The thing I'm screaming at the fucking thing, get out. And then the girlfriend says, "Come on, let's leave." And I'm like, "Yes." And he goes, "No, I'm staying." And I'm like, fucking hell.
Well, there's 2 sensible people in this: the girlfriend Kira and Claire, who does actually leave as well.
But does she?
Yeah, that was going to be my question.
Does she leave in a fucking doggy bag? What is that? You know, this is it. What happened there?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Did she leave?
She didn't fucking leave at all.
Because he did go, "Oh, one final thing, Claire. Does this smell of chloroform?"
Yeah, does this smell like chloroform to you? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'll move my car. No, don't worry about it, mate. I've had a bit to drink, so I phoned an Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to come out now. You can stay here. Keep your fucking hands off me. Yeah.
I feel.
I'm sorry.
I feel
I'm angry. It just made me angry. It just made me angry. I'm thinking of all the ways I could fuck up this situation. Just burn it to the fucking ground. Just to upset them.
At what point?
I'd stand there, I would feel happy with it.
At what point would you have spun on your heels and left?
At the very beginning. As soon as she slapped me in the face, that's it. I'm done. I'm out. I'm gone.
See, that's not the very beginning, though. That's quite deep into the film.
I think the feeling of it started. It was just the way they seemed to be. It's the attitude of the people whose party it was.
Right.
There's especially the bloke who was there as well, David. Right. It's not so much. What was the was it Eve? Is that where
Eden?
Eden, right? It wasn't so much Eden. It's the feeling getting off of David, and all of a sudden they've got these two complete and utter strangers that show up. You know, and it's like, who the fuck are these people? He was right when he said it. It's like, it's supposed to be a reunion of friends. Who the fuck are you? Yeah, who the fuck is this bloke? That's it. It's that. Who the fuck is this man? And it's like, if that doesn't tell you at the beginning that there is something up, it's so.
So you've never been to a party where you don't know one person at that place?
Oh, I have, and I've been fine because I've got to know people, right? But I've also been at parties where somebody's just, I don't know, just their attitude, the way they carry themselves at the party, the way they speak to people. That's when it's like, I think I'm going to leave now. I think I might have done that once before as well, just fucked off, just gone. Just because I'm like, no, I'm not having this.
Yep, I've done
You
that.
You've almost done it. You almost did it at one of mine when that couple that we knew from a sort of family circle thing turned up and started jumping through all the music, saying it was shit.
Oh, well, you mean her boyfriend, the Terminator? And I, what a fucking twat!
Yep.
He sort of like, he suddenly the bloke who dipped his head down looked at me through the top of his eyes, and his voice got deeper, and I stood there and I went, "What? What are you fucking on?" I just like, he's like, I think he was like half my size, and he's just the least intimidating. In fact, I've seen Murray mints that are more intimidating than that guy.
It was funny.
It was. I'm no fighter, right? Okay, I don't go around beating people up or whatever, but Jesus Christ, no. What are you doing? And I would no. I wouldn't have walked out of your party because it's like he's just one dickhead. There, he's not controlling the narrative, as it were.
Go away, son. You bother me.
Yeah, exactly. What's that buzzing sound? Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, then let's go around the table then for that, because the thing is, the film is all about that, isn't it? It's all about exploiting those kind of social cues, and and the shock is when Will finally stands up and goes, "Who the fuck are these two people? What the fuck's going on? This is fucking mad." What about you guys? I was just going to go to Jim and Elton.
I'm going to shut up. Sorry, I'm just.
No, it's all right. It's all right because we'll get...
hold my lips together.
That's all right.
And another thing.
Yeah, don't worry. Just if you feel like deflecting, just go Starfleet Academy and I'll be off again. You want to get a word in edgeways? just throw that out there. So, what about you? What about you then, Elton? I mean, Darren's saying like he was frustrated by the social thing that's being manipulated, and he would just be like out, done. So you're in the same situation. How did you feel about it? You're watching this film. What were you feeling about it like that?
I wasn't feeling. I think the hairs started going up on the back of my neck when, what was her name, Sadie. She was introduced. She comes. She's standing there. In what, pants and bra or whatever it was.
Wasn't pants. She was showing all the bits.
Oh, really? I okay.
Was she?
Yes.
I will go back and watch that.
Just to make sure.
The beauty of a
he's
4K,
right, isn't he? Yeah, okay.
the beauty of a 4K telly with HDR. You can get the brightness right up.
Finish up Craigie Vision.
Yeah. The aircon was drying out the lettuce. Let's put it that way.
Darling, I think I need to be alone to watch this. So I need to concentrate on what I'm seeing.
But yeah,
Which
when she turns up and you see her, and she doesn't look all there. They all look a little bit spaced. Then you start to notice Eden's a little bit fractured and a bit spaced. I think you see that Sadie gurning away in a mirror or whatever, and you're like, "Oh, hang on, she's jonesing for something here, definitely." But I didn't feel uncomfortable watching it. I was just interested on how it was actually going to play out. Thinking, I like these movies because it was like when we watched Coherence, where you're not quite sure exactly who's there and what they're there for and why. And these movies, sometimes you're told you're there for a dinner party. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And then now you've got another person on the phone who's left a message and he hasn't turned up. You're like, hang on, where's that person? Are we eating that person? Are we in a parallel universe where that person went to a different house? And I got all these little other movies that we've seen and trying to work out where we're actually trying to fit in. And I think I was just enjoying that kind of thing about the movie instead of, my God, I feel so tense. I actually just want to get out of here. I didn't feel that at all. I was just waiting to work out what type of movie we're in and then go along with that. And Eden was giving off the most cues, I think, of trying to hold down emotion inside of her. And you could see she's clearly fractured and yet smiling through it, a broken woman. And, when is she going to snap? She's going to snap at some point. And I don't think she really did.
I don't know. I mean, it did seem like she shot herself in the stomach.
I wouldn't see that as, that wasn't a broken moment. That was, when I say broken, I'm saying, talking about like a violent act towards someone else of, oh my God, it's just gone way beyond everything else. Whereas that was a crumbling, turn it on yourself type moment of, it's all going hideously wrong. I don't know what to do. This will be a good way out. And shooting yourself in the stomach, that's kind of the worst way to die. That's a hideous, long, drawn out way of dying. And you don't want to do that. But it just...
Safety tip there, ladies and gentlemen.
You're welcome. Put that on a pamphlet. Shooting yourself in the stomach. You don't want to do that.
You wouldn't shoot yourself in the stomach. You wouldn't download a car.
Yeah, I think I found it more entertaining working out where we were and what type of film we were in. And that, because there was a couple of times where you're like, is this a cult thing? And you're like, yeah, it is. But then you're pushed away from it because it doesn't, like you said, Jim, you said about the manners, where because it's fooling you into thinking this film is about one thing because you're being polite and sat down and you've had like the cult movie and now it's being ignored and we're sitting down and eating dinner. Whereas in a cult movie that would have ramped up from that point onwards, whereas it kind of lulled back down again, which is where I think a lot of people have seen this movie and gone, God, just get on with it. I'm all right for a slow burn, but this is hideous, and I quite like it. I like what it was doing.
Okay. What about you, Jim?
Well, so I've had the benefit of watching this twice, and say it's watching it a second time after a good few years. And I've sort of forgotten some details, but also, as you often do with this kind of film, you notice more. Because this film is very much about this. They're a very complicated web of relationships that are kind of, it's like a cat's cradle that are constraining people. Because quite a few of the, at first think, oh God, this is going to be like The Social Network again. These are all terrible, terrible people. But you find lots of little moments they have on one-on-one with an actually, you know, I know that actually, you know, they care about each other, not entire monsters. But you also learn there's his backstory. It isn't just a reunion because they've drifted apart. It's they drift apart because their last party, their kid died.
Yeah. Well, that will certainly put a dampener on the pudding course, wouldn't it, really? Let's be honest.
Just a bit. I'm guessing the sausage got burnt that day on the barbecue. But, you know, it's all this comment of you know, of, and that's like, it's like, you know, the phrase, the ties that bind. And they're all very much wrapped up in that. And they're very, and that's kind of why things get as far as they do, because it's awkward for everybody. But it's also, it's very much the way the film's structured is what struck me this time. You're not entirely sure of how much is this is playing out straight and how much are we seeing through our lead character's eyes. Yeah. Is he an unreliable narrator? And when he gets the thing with, he gets the message on the phone and he blows up, and then suddenly the guy turns up.
Yeah.
And that is a good little rug pull, because it's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
But watching it a second time, I'm thinking, is he in on it? Because obviously, I mean, you could get to the big spoiler at the end, but it's like, how far does this go? Yeah. How far has this cult's tentacles reached? Because that was almost too perfectly timed.
Yeah. Yeah. Was Choi or whatever his name?
Yeah.
Because I thought he was called Troy for a while. And then he turned up and it was like, oh, he's called Choi. Okay, fine. So yeah, when Choi finally turns up, it was like, oh, come off it. That's absolutely bang on perfect. And I thought, hang on, something going on there. It's got to be something going on there. Yeah, I think for me, I'm a little bit. See, the problem is, I did do this on a journal, so I was recording it at times. I was recording times, and the problem was, I think I saw the description at the start of the film on Amazon Prime, and immediately my brain's like, "What's going on? Everything's going to be a clue." And I was coming at it from a completely wrong perspective, I suspect. I think if I just watched this film and just ignored everything, I probably would have already I wouldn't have been quite where I was. But it's like the first thing, my first note was, what's the significance of the coyote?
Okay.
And straight away, it's like I'm sitting there and I'm mulling it over from the start. And I'm going, okay, well, it's about pain and putting them out of their misery, and you do whatever you can to make the misery go away, and you know, and I was that was already in my head. Then my next note, which was 3 minutes in, after they've gone in, and Eden's standing there in the white dress, and she's fondling that necklace and staring at her ex-husband. I just went, swingers. Then I went, no, she's as crazy as a shithouse rat. And then I was like, oh, she's now slapped Ben. Is this a cult initiation? Yes, now I've got ... Oh yes, everyone is hurting and Eden is selling a pain-free existence. And then it's like, the wine's drugged, isn't it? And then I went, Pruitt, who the fuck's he? Cult leader. And then at 20 minutes in, 20 minutes and 2 seconds actually, I put, we're going Waco, aren't we? I lay money on it. Everyone's dead and the place is burnt down before the end. and then I had to put up with like the next 80 minutes of it telling me this is coming. It was like, oh, and I think the problem was, yeah, when it was like then the laptop comes out sort of around about 35 minutes, and I put cult, fucking called it.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the video, and then as soon as the video comes out and of the woman dying, I'm out the house. Woman dying, everyone's celebrating, get the fuck out. And now I'm on to anger and anxiety trip now. Nothing would keep me in that goddamn house. And that's before they even discovered the fentanyl barbital or whatever it is beside her bed. And I think that's part of the problem. I think we've watched films like this before. We watched things like Midsommar, for example, and which, funny enough, is about a cult and is dealing about grief, which is kind of the key thing underneath, is that the cult is kind of one of those things which offers easy answers, horrible solutions, but easy answers. It promises grief counseling by taking the pain away.
The grief blinds you from what they're there to actually do. Exactly.
And I think, like I say, we've seen that one. There was another cult one we watched not too long ago. And you had mentioned Coherence. I've already written that down. But it's like, I think the problem was that once I tuned into it, I was kind of just waiting for the shoe to drop rather than going. And it was kind of like an extended version of, when you see a slasher movie and they go, oh, the power's gone out and the fuse board's down in the basement. Okay, let's go down in the basement. There's a serial killer about, but he's clearly turned the power off in the switchboard. Maybe I'll go and down in the basement. And it's a 5-minute sequence. This whole movie was that 5-minute sequence until the last 20 minutes. And the problem was I was really more interested in the relationships between the husband and the ex-wife, between Will and Eden, and what that was kind of built around, because the kid's dead, she's self-harming, he's trying to deal with it, he can't deal with it, he's not dealing with it because he's processing grief and handling her, and all that sort of stuff. I was like, I'm not normally a drama watching guy, but that was interesting. That was texture and character and all this kind of stuff. When you got Lunky McLunkface, Toyota Pruitt in his Prius, sort of sitting there in the corner going, I killed my wife and I was happy about it, but then I went to this cult and they took all the pain away. And then you've got all the people sitting on the sofa going, wow, thank you for sharing your experiences. And I'm like, you fucking what?
We out of here.
But then I started to get the swing of that. And the problem was it was a bit too little too late, which is, it's the Scientology element, isn't it? That's what it's kind of mocking. It's the whole New Age, LA, woo-woo kind of, everyone's got everyone's part of a cult because, hey, that's cool and dandy, and everything's got, they're wealthy to do, people, and they're looking for answers, and they're all friends, and it was just like, the problem was I just couldn't. The film had all the right parts, but they were all assembled in the wrong order, in my opinion. I think that's the problem. There was no point like Midsommar. There was no point like Coherence. There was no point like even Heretic, where it starts off and it's the boiling the frog thing. That starts off, everything seems normal. The water's cool. The frog's happy.
Yep.
By midway through, the water's warm, but the frog's still happy. By the time the water's boiling and the frog's dead, it's been eased into it. And I think the problem was that for me, and I know this is part of my problem, was I was overanalyzing it, is that within 5 minutes the water's boiling, and then the water cools down a little bit, and then it goes into boiling again, and then it just stays there. It goes up to 11. It's the Michael Bolton song. It's, you know, it goes to 11 and it's got nowhere to go, and it's only in the first fucking verse. It's like you can't go up a key again, Mike. You've literally started screaming, and
only dogs can hear you now.
Exactly. There's someone in the valley over is going, why is my bats flying around in circles? What the fuck? So yeah, I found that's why I found it frustrating, because I think it was all there, but it was all in the wrong order. Everything was wrong from the minute they walked in, and nobody thought to leave, which is Darren's point. But it never got worse. It just stayed at this intense level of kind of explaining to you that they're stuck in a cult. And then,
it's the awkwardness, though, as well, between the groups, because I think you can feel awkward in a group like that if it's not, you're there just to relax, have some food, have some drink, and you're going to have like laughter and chit chat. But this was, isn't it awkward? This feels a bit peculiar. Should we really be here? And then you learn the reason why they haven't been together for a while. You're like, that's a bit dark, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you really want to be back there? I'm guessing it was at that house as well that it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, do you really want to be back? I don't know if I'd want to be back there or not.
No, probably not. Yeah, there was another.
But it's that whole thing, though, because even I think in the car, I said, "Are you sure you want to do this?"
Yeah,
but it is kind of. I know it's easy when you watch a movie, you sat home going, "Don't go there," blah blah blah.
Yeah,
but in real life, you're in situations where you have to go do things you don't want to do. You have to face things you don't want to face, and particularly if you're going through really bad. You know, sometimes you have to go to the bad place. You have to go there because you'll never move. You won't be able to move on if you don't. If you know what I mean. And that kind of, it's got a lot of the weirdness there at the start. It's not because the two interlopers there. It's because they're all have this shared burden of what happened last time and what's it's going to be like. But they're all really, they want to give it a go. And particularly most of them are there, they wanted to give it a go, for the two parents. You know what I mean? They're trying to be supportive. Okay, we know it's hard, but let's just try and just get through this. And, they said, they mistake. I think they said, it's going to be kind of cathartic for Eden. Let's be cathartic for Dave. They will, this will help them get over with. It might be clumsy and awkward, but, we've got some good wine, we've got some food. We just get through tonight and, hopefully things will be better.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a rogue element which is going to screw all that up. But I think that's very sort of, it's that complex web of interest, which is, I think, the relation, how it overlaps.
Yeah.
And particularly, so watching it a second time when you know the relationship, you see all how it sort of ties together.
Yeah.
Because it is a film about how this whole thing operates is by exploiting, that those social buttons. Well, and that is how cults operate. I mean, it is kind of. It's obvious. An obvious influence was the Heaven's Gate cult.
Yes.
Particularly that guy in the video. Somebody, or not verbatim, but very, very close to the head idiot of that. But it's like the Manson family as well. In the fact that they're not going to top themselves, they're going to see a lot of people with them.
Yeah.
Whether they want to go or not.
Well, I mean, I tell you, there was another film. I was trying to remember what it was called, which it reminded me of a lot, which was called Speak No Evil, which was later remade with the same title with James McAvoy. Has anyone seen either?
I've seen neither.
I haven't seen either.
Okay, either.
Either. Over, under, underdone.
Yeah, I was over, under was overdone.
I've seen neither either.
Neither, over.
Yeah.
Okay, right on, Elton. No, I there's just to give you the plot of that, for example. In the original and in the remake, this couple are on holiday and their kids start playing with another set of, their kid starts playing with another kid at a beach. They meet up with the family. They seem to get on. They're having a kind of average, kind of, amiable time. They find that these people they've met on holiday are all quite cool. And then the people who are on holiday, who they've just met, go, would you like to come to our house? We insist, and it's like, and the mum's like, I'm not so feeling about it. And it's like, oh, come on, honey. They're being polite. We think they're okay. They're cool. And it's always just that little insistence of, oh, you should come over. We should play Would You Ever? And all the time there's this whole thing, the kid's not speaking. And it's this whole thing of this slowly ratcheting up the tension because the intruder family, so to speak, the family that's inveigling themselves in on this whole thing is kind of going, no, you should, don't turn down, hospitality. Oh, there's something wrong with your car. Don't worry. Stay in the night. It'll be no problem. Have something to eat. We've got dinner. There's enough for all of us, sort of thing. And it slowly ratchets up till it gets quite that's what I'm going to say. And I think this film is doing the same thing. And so the horror of manners, the social can't get out of things, I thought that was really interesting. I kind of wished they'd been a bit more subtle with the opening gambit with the cult.
What,
I was gonna...
the showing of the video, or?
Well, yeah, if that had happened, I don't know, if that had happened 40, 50 minutes in, an hour in, instead of 25 minutes in.
Yeah.
And they've all drunk wine and they've all sat around and they've all had chats and you get to know them rather than everyone just looking like an absolute Fruit Loop from the start. I think the film would have worked better. Do you think so, Dal? Would it work better for you if it had been more of a lure in? That that if you weren't immediately being sort of like, get the fuck out.
Yeah. I think there's certain things that need to be introduced later for it to be. Yeah. Because I was with the main character literally all the way with this, right? I was, let's fuck things up, right? That was it, right? That's what he was doing. He kept,
shit in the trifle.
Shitting in the trifle. Yeah, that's it, right? Which is, great. In that situation, yes.
Unless you're eating the trifle.
Trip over their plans, right? This is it. Make it fucking difficult. Make them fight for every inch. This is it, right? Okay, make it so that they give up in the end. And it's like I say, I applaud it for making me feel anything at all. Any film that does that, any film conjures up a strong emotion in you. Very well done. Excellent stuff. Unless that is, it's a kid's film that you're watching, in which case something's going badly wrong in the writing process.
Feeling anxiety while watching Toy Story. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Oh no, Mr. Tumnus shouldn't be putting this feeling inside me here. I feel very anxious now he's appeared. There's something very sinister about a being like that, just hanging around a lamppost, shall we say, half naked, in nothing but a scarf.
Played by Dan Stevens. Oh, Mr. Tumnus.
Yes. Oh, Mr. Steamy Tumnus.
Steamy Tumnus.
Steamy Tumnus, zero visibility. Sorry, I went all Tina Turner there for a minute. Steamy Tumnus. I can't help it now. I've got that. It's going to be with me for a couple of days.
Yep. You're welcome.
Steamy Tumnus. Let's all make love. God, Jesus, spitting image. I've lost my point completely now. You
finished.
It's take me out. This is it.
Yeah.
What was I talking about? I don't know.
I think you're finished. Oh,
I think I'm done. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about the grief side of things. I mean, the one thing it kind of alludes to a lot, and it's kind of a theme all the way through. And Jim, you said it as well. The point is it's about grief. It's about what people react to with grief, and that I think was the strongest element through it. And I think it could have been explored more before everyone starts shooting each other and stabbing each other in the face and talking about death cults. But how do you feel like that came across in this film? Because I think it could have been explored more. The idea that people are turning to anything these days just to take their mind off it. I mean, I mean, like I don't know, like put it in modern context. The horror of all the shit that's going on in the world these days, and people are going fuck it and watching Bluey on Disney, or just go or like when COVID lockdown was at its height, and there I am watching endless reruns of Bob Ross on fucking BBC iPlayer. It's easy to judge and go, turn to a cult just to get rid of it, but it's like funny how it you react with grief. And I was just wondering how you guys felt that came across, if it came across at all. Elton?
Well, they did say that everyone was dealing with
pain,
their own pain and grief and what have you. I think the main character, what was his name again?
Will.
He was, I couldn't work out whether he was being drugged halfway through or not, because he seemed to be in that state where he was over-analysing absolutely everything, and everyone's emotions was heightened from his perspective. There was moments where people were laughing and it looked as if they were screaming, or made to look like they were screaming, but really they're just laughing away. But his mindset was, it's too much. There's too much going on here, and I can see that definitely. Sometimes definitely after COVID, if I'm in a situation where I'm feeling uncomfortable, it just all gets heightened a bit too much, and I don't want to be there. There's too many people in this room, and I'm going to be going now.
Yeah.
But Irish
pie.
I think a lot of it was to do with the grief, and I forgot my train of thought again. Damn it!
That's Darren. He's done that to you.
Are you thinking of Steamy Tumnus as well?
I am. Oh,
Jesus Christ! Jim, have you got anything sensible to say that doesn't involve Steamy Tumnus?
Well, as I was saying, it's pretty good for time for you to mention this, but watching it now, because I watched the episodes like not long after it came out, but like watching it now, it's kind of Okay, right. I'm going to drop the big spoiler for the end.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Because, we see David, he goes out, he rightly likes his Red Lantern.
Mm.
And the last shot is you're looking out over the valley and there's red lanterns everywhere. There's dogs barking, you hear police sirens, gunshots.
Yep.
And it's like, oh my God, it's not just here. How far did this go?
Yeah.
And it is kind of like, when I first watched it, I thought, cool twist, bro. But, it's kind of, I thought, that was cool. It was just a good shock ending. But, if you think about it, it's not really that plausible. That would never happen.
Well,
but the last few years, and in particular now what's currently going on, where we literally, and I don't say it to be sensational light, I say it in a very clinical fashion, and a lot of people go along with me, is that large swathes of the population in America are in a cult now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're literally, it is cult behavior. It's textbook. I've read a lot about cult leaders and the psychology and how it all works, and it is playing out big time. And it's bizarrely, it's the same sort of deal. It's offering an easy answer without any work.
Yeah,
that's never going to deliver.
It'll
like only deliver horrible results.
Yeah. Well, I can't say it on air because just in case that what comes back. So I'll speak in vagaries right now. But once we finish recording, I'll fill you in on the backdrop. But yeah, I have had moments like that where you kind of go, oh, no, this is bollocks. No one would fall for that. Oh, okay. And suddenly you have the veil lifted from your eyes, and it's a bit closer to home than just sort of realizing that 42% voted for a guy who shits himself in the White House during a press conference. Which actually happened, by the way. It's well worth checking out on Forbes that Trump shit himself at an actually, and it got picked up on the camera, and they immediately cleared the fucking area. So that was quite funny. He was talking about something, and you just have
guys. Can you just excuse me for a minute? I'm just going to go and have a look out this window. That's the car park out there. It's beautiful. I'm just gonna stand and
Dum dum dum. Anyway, so the idea that a cult can ingratiate itself to people who you think were pretty reasonable is not as far beyond what I expect now. It's not something I'd dismiss out of hand. Let's put it that way. But anyway, go on. Sorry, Jim. Carry on.
Well, no, it really is just that. It is because it's that thing of people you'd think are normally who are sane and reasonable, but can get sucked down into a completely unreasonable rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. I think in movies and fictions, you think of cult fanatics as being, frothing maniacs with wild hair who will let Rasputin. You know what I mean? Where the reality is they're often very well dressed and very plausible and seemingly the folks next door. Mm-hmm. There are fucking real wacky fringe fucking nutter cults, but they tend to be very small and fall apart because they're too out there. But the ones that become very successful, like Jim Jones, another famously, all his followers to drink. Where we get the phrase "drink the Kool-Aid" from? Yeah, yes, it's from the I think we call it a massacre, but this mass suicide. The guy could convince all these people to drink poison. Yeah, poison Kool-Aid. And I find it very weird that people talk about drinking the Kool-Aid, and a lot of people don't probably know where that comes from.
Certainly the Kool-Aid man didn't know.
No.
Yeah. Oh, no.
You fucking get out of my house and you're paying for that wall damage, you fucking jug-headed cunt. Yeah, you can license that slogan if you like. Get in touch. Look great on a T-shirt or a meme.
You chugging cunt. Oh yeah, yeah, love it.
but that's the thing. It's kind of like this. It's kind of the Scientology thing as well, which is kind of very rife as well. Although there's a lot of work in Scientology, or at least a lot of parting with money, a lot of hoops to jump through.
Yeah, allegedly.
I think they're very right to keep the details sort of vague as well. Because the more details you add, the more outlandish it sounds, the more I think, people would never fall for this.
Yeah.
But people do fall for this. We've got people who think the earth is flat thanks just to YouTube videos, never mind a cult leader.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, this is the thing, watching this now and watching it back in 2016, after everything that's happened, it's kind of like, oh God, this is so plausible.
Yeah.
This is so fucking plausible.
Yeah. In the middle of a pandemic, suddenly deciding that we're all anti-vax or something. It's just like,
well, yeah,
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
I mean, that's it. I mean, I think Elton said a while ago, if we have a zombie movie now, I'll fully expect to see zombie skeptics getting eaten.
Yeah.
Yep. You're not really dead. You're not a zombie. Ah, no, you're not. Ah.
Yeah. They clearly only
got
got
my
rabies.
legs. You're not a zombie. I don't believe it.
Yep.
Do you think in this movie that it is a mass suicide murder thing, or is it just murder? Are they looking, as you said about like the last guy, Jim? I think you said, was he in on it? So he was killed off screen.
Who? Troy.
Yeah.
No, he was killed running through the door, and he ran through the door, and the bloke shot him in the back.
Oh, because there was one guy crawling on his knees into the other room, and then there was a gunshot.
That was Miguel, wasn't it? The other member of the gay couple.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because so the baldy slaphead man, he's very much there as an enforcer.
To make sure it goes through.
He's there to ensure that actually everybody fucking dies.
Right.
And that, David and Eden don't chicken out. He's there to make sure that no one gets out alive.
I mean, it's no coincidence that he's a murderer.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, my job was a murderer, and I'm here for no particular reason.
So this is just flat out everyone murder, suicide themselves.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Murder cult, for sure.
Can I?
Yeah.
What you said about the whole. It is true that the biggest strength of a cult is to find those who are in a place of grief, and to use that as vehicle to get in there. I mean, speaking from personal experience, not so much about grief. In a cult, but it's more to do with like grief, finding yourself in a world that you don't want to be in. That sometimes people want to get out of. They don't want to stay in there.
If you don't want to be in the podcast anymore, Dal, just say. Go on. No,
but it's more to do with anxiety of a situation that you find that like maybe it's a bill or something like this or something. Now I know what I do. I tend to fall into playing video games when I find I've got a situation that I don't think I can handle, because I know in that world, when I play a video game, I can shape that world to whatever I want it to be. I can affect that. I'm in control, and it's a bit like grief, and so I fall to that, and I can see why some people go to things like cults, or they listen to people claiming to be able to talk to spirits on the other side. And when you've got those really lovely, wonderful individuals who are very good, people like Darren Brown have showed you that, look, I've got no skill at talking to the dead whatsoever, but I'm going to convince you that I can. And these are the tricks they employ in this situation.
James Randi and that sort of thing.
James Randi, yeah, he laid down the famous challenge. He had a glass tube with a piece of metal in it, just for anybody that doesn't know out there. And he said, if you're psychic, if you've got telekinesis or telekinetic abilities, you should be able to bend this without even touching it. And if you do that, I will give you this fuckload of money to take away with you.
$1 million
and you will
or
approve
something, wasn't it?
It was something like that. And nobody's ever done it. So that's it. But yeah, I mean, this is how they get their numbers up: is people who are grieving, who are so broken by the experience that they just the slightest encouragement of somebody who claims to know what they're going through.
You're seeing that playing out in real life as well, aren't you? Right now,
exactly.
You see that
it's also basically the whole so-called wellness industry. Which here's a problem you didn't know you had, but if you buy this jade egg, this is the solution. Or you buy this candle that smells like my fanny.
Hey, you've got this candle that's made from my fanny.
But you know what I mean? It's kind of there's a whole industry
what does your fanny smell like, Jim?
create insecurities in people to sell them bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what? I was listening to, there was some bloke who was, somebody was saying, have you heard this idiot? And they played this video of a guy who said he was doing his self-healing online, self-therapy online. And he kept going, he mentioned authentic self about 8 or 9 times within the space of about 3 or 4 minutes. And it's just, this is all bullshit. This thing of, you can do this online. It's like, no, as it's pointed out by the guy that was doing the commentary on it, most therapists will say, get offline. If you're going to heal yourself, don't fucking go on the internet and do it.
Yeah.
Well, look what the real world did last year when Charlie Kirk was killed. And
okay, here we go. Which one of us is getting firebombed first? Does anyone want to take a bet?
They can do it to me. I'll take it for the team. I've got no problem.
Shit, man! You know this is going out on the internet, right?
Yeah. Fuck them lot. You know.
Okay. Fine.
What we saw, that it was awful. What we saw, someone getting murdered like that. It's absolutely tragic and awful. This should not happen. It was used, though. And so they used that family grief to then have a rally. And instead of pouring out love for this family and helping them out, it was, no, but we're going to reiterate our policies on going forward. And we're going to build a bridge and we're going to build this wall. And it carried on like that. So you used that grief. You piggybacked on that situation to get your message across. And that played out, and people were hallelujah-ing all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's a dangerous position to be in, because now you've got more people hallelujahing about that now.
Yeah.
And it's
remarkably they're very, very quiet when the nurse got shot. Yeah. Or the other lady earlier on. It's, this is the problem. It's all.
Oh yeah, there's that whole thing about the what the accusations, or should I say, the things that were said 5 minutes after it happened. It's quite funny when you see somebody puts up video footage of what went on and what Kristi Noem says what went on side by side, and it's like they said, "Tell me if that matches the footage." And it's like, not in the slightest.
I mean, not to get into the weeds with that, because I know that this is where we're about to head if we take too long.
Sorry, I didn't mean it.
No, it's fine. I totally understand where you're coming from, and it's a good point you make.
Hold on, what's this red dot I've got on me?
I don't know, but can you just tell us what political affiliation you are before you disappear off the air? so we can all be clear about it when news reports come in.
Are you wearing a red hat, Darren?
I am, yes.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yep, thoughts and prayers.
But no, I was going to say the thing with all of it is, and it going back to trying to drag it back to the film, is it's co-opting grief. It's co-opting weakness that someone feels emotionally. If any other time someone would feel bad, you might deal with it, you might internalize it, you might go with therapy, whatever. But as you all point out, cults will feed on that. They want that. And this film does a good job, for all of its flaws. I think it does a good job of saying that's where this whole thing is coming from. And then there's also the implication that with the final shot of all the Red Lanterns, which I thought was a lovely shot, by the way, as horrible as the whole thing is. But it implies, without saying, that there's lots of people living in these hills who are all grieving in their own way, in a way that this cult can exploit. And that's actually something I think I would have liked a lot more of, because as horrible as the actual the cult is, the real horror is that what you don't realize is that you, not just you or the people in your house or the friends that you know, but your entire neighborhood, in fact, your entire district, in fact, your entire town or city is filled with people who are disillusioned, sad, grieving, upset, in a way that would allow a cult to literally flood the entire neighborhood.
Yeah.
And that's quite a profound thing to realize, is that for all the nefariousness of the cult is allowed to flourish and do its thing because everyone is feeling depressed. Everyone is feeling down. Everyone is grieving, and everyone has lost someone. And in the post-COVID world, that's even more profound. It's like that thing of, there's the whole thing of you can't throw a dart without hitting someone who knows someone who's, had a certain affliction or an illness or whatever, but nobody ever thinks about it with grief. And that is quite a profound little thing right at the very end, which the film doesn't explicitly say, but it's right there, right in front of you. And I thought that was a really cool thing in a horrible way, but it's a really cool thing to sort of have you think about at the end. It's like, shit, it's not just the cult, it's actually the fact that all these people aren't all happy in these big hills. They're all sad. And,
I think that's what the film does well, because at the end you don't think you think, oh my god, it's everywhere, but you're not seeing it through a lens of, oh, an evil cult's taken over the world. You're seeing it as this epidemic of brokenness.
Broken people, sadness, people looking for answers that aren't there and going for the easy answers instead. It's quite a profound thing to kind of twig on, and that I thought was very good. I just wish I had more of it. I think, not that I want to see people suffer, but it's just that's thematically, that's kind of the meat and potatoes of the film, really.
Yeah.
Anybody got anything else they want to bring up? Because I'm very aware that this is our first one back for a while, and we're getting close to midnight.
Mm-hmm. So would you say that the themes are too buried in this movie, and it kind of wallows around misrepresenting what it's actually all about?
Okay. For me, we'll go around the table on this one. For me, I think yes. I think I don't want to be the subtext is. I know people who use subtext and they're all cowards, but it is a thing of like this same theme was in Midsommar. It was in it was in even in The Wicker Man, the ultimate in cult movies, and you kind of throw that in there, and if it's done well, you believe the cult's inveigling its way in, and why it does it. Whereas this is presented as, here's the cult, and then you have to figure out why it's got as far as it has as the film goes on, which is kind of back to front. It's putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah.
Whereas in Midsommar, you see Florence Pugh realizing that her sisters killed her parents and killed herself, and then and everyone's feeling guilty around her because they don't really want to be around her. They want to have a holiday, and they sort of bring her along because of guilt.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. And then the cult kind of plays on that. Whereas this is the other way around. Here's the cult. Why are they here? Well, because we'll drip feed you the sadness.
Okay.
Jim, how do you feel about it?
Well, no, I think this is sort of coming through. The film is weighted sort of differently. I think it is. It's one of those films that I think it demands you work at it, because it's doing it kind of. It's playing by real world rules.
Yeah.
And it is very much about kind of how people really are. I mean, there's always like the division where when you're sat up watching a movie, you know it's a movie. The characters don't know it's a movie.
That's true.
And this different films to different degrees are in movie universes of their own. Whereas this one is the universe next door.
Yeah.
And I think it is very kind of, a lot of it is uncomfortable because it is like you are there almost voyeuristically. You're the extra guest at the gathering with no agency.
No matter how much Darren shouts at the telly.
Well, no, they still want to hear you. They were not listening. But I think the fact that Darren had that reaction, that's kind of what it's going for. Because it is kind of, all this stuff thrives when we don't talk about it. And it's all the unsaid stuff.
Yeah, it's festering.
And it's, as you said, the horror of manners. But it's deeper than that. It's the things, we don't say, and we're very crap at saying the most important things. And I think it's very much, it's kind of about that. And I think, so I mean, the first time I watched it, I thought, oh, that's a fucking dark but an interesting film. This is the second time when you know how the dots connect. And you sort of see it a second time, it's kind of, oh no, it's really very, very cleverly done. Because it is kind of, I think it works on several sort of different levels, and the more you know what's going on, the more it all makes sense of why it's doing it like it is.
Yeah,
because it's leading you to that end point, but it isn't just trying to deliver an M. Night Shyamalan, aha, look, a big Twilight Zone twist ending. It's not that sort of a movie.
No.
And I think it does that very well, because that last shot and just how it plays out.
Yeah.
And it leaves you, it is a big twist, but it's a quiet twist. It leaves you thinking about, Jesus, how, it's as you say, to paraphrase the Beatles, all the lonely people.
Yeah, that's the biggest twist for me. That last shot of realizing what it actually implies, as opposed to the cult taking over, isn't it a shock? It's like, actually, no, there's a lot of very sad people out there looking for answers that they're not getting.
It's epidemic.
Yeah, exactly. What about you, Dow? Is there anything extra you'd like to add to this?
No, I think the whole thing about grief is a really good point. I mean, it's the Trojan horse, for a cult. So, there are people out there who suffer with grief. And there are those who look to exploit that. And I just have to wonder sometimes about cults and about their formation. And I'm sure there are ones out there where people make them just to rip everyone off. But I'm just wondering if cults themselves come from a place of grief. And
What, a sincere cult?
No, no, cults are never a good thing. This is why they're called cults, because you change one letter.
I think from my reading, some start out as something genuine, but then once people in charge get a certain whiff of power, there's a kind of a progression or a degradation, if you will, as power does corrupt. And having
absolute power corrupts,
when the penny drops, people realize I can get these people to do anything. They start in small ways, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You know what I mean? Most fizzle and fracture, but you do get some sort of like Heaven's Gate, where the cult leader goes, "Can I get everyone just to kill themselves? That's the ultimate, isn't it?" And they'll do it because they're that far gone themselves. But it is interesting that it's a good book. It's by a chap called Colin Wilson, who's written lots of very intelligent books on criminal psychology called Feet of Clay, where he does like casebook analysis of different cult leaders. And there is a definite pattern now. They often start with people genuine who believe in what they believe in, but once they get that little bit of power, they can't, the temptation to exploit it, whether it's just, getting a regular donation off people, but then that's not enough, and it goes snowballs on. Dangerous stuff.
Cool. Anyone got anything else left to say?
No, I'm good. I think I'm good.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, sure. Yep. Okay. Cool. Okay, then we'll leave it there then. Right. If in that kind of downbeat and completely, hey everyone, let's be happy. Da, 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 da. Oi. Let's play the spoons. Play out. I've got to come up with a film, haven't I?
He does.
I do. Okay. You have a choice. And I'm only saying this because I have one choice, which is, I would say, kind of serious, and one not so serious. One is in keeping with the unspoken theme that we've had this last season, which is uninvited guests, and one is not, unless you count the film itself. So, what would you like? Serious or not serious?
Ooh.
I'll go for not serious.
You reckon not serious? Okay. Yeah. Jim?
I'm tempted to say stick on brand, stick with the unofficial theme, as Martin Thompson mentioned it. But I am leaving maybe something a bit lighter.
Okay.
There are plenty of funny films about unwanted visitors, so
go non-serious.
Okay. Well, we're going to go on to YouTube. This one.
Ooh.
Okay.
And hold on a second. I will. So, we are going to go Italian. We're going to go Italian. We're going to go to the 1980s. And we are going to have 90 minutes in the company of Puma Man.
Oh, fuck you.
Puma Man. Yes. Puma Man.
Can I change my decision? Is it too late?
Well, That's the way it goes.
Can we watch Dancer in the Dark instead?
Yeah, we'll watch Melancholia or something. I don't know.
Let's do that. Let's do it.
Yes, no, we are going to watch Puma Man, an Italian movie starring of all people Donald Pleasance. So there you go. There you know it's quality. Have you guys?
Most of the alcohol turns to sugar.
Have you guys seen Puma Man?
No, I've never even heard of this.
From the sound of it, I think Jim and Darren have heard of it.
I've definitely heard of it. Le Umo Puma, as it's called in
Le Umo Puma. Yes. Yes.
But no, I have not seen it.
You have not seen it.
No.
So it is, strictly speaking, it is in keeping with the theme because it is the unwanted guest in the room. So, well, Elton, let me just tell you that 1,000 years ago, aliens visited Earth and became gods to the Aztecs. The aliens fathered Puma Man, a man god with supernatural powers who would guard the people of the Earth. The original Puma Man was entrusted with a gold mask and the ability to control people's minds.
Okay.
There you go. It stars Donald Pleasance as, quote unquote, the villain. So I can hear you're all super excited for this one.
Wow.
Okay. Well, on that rather, I'm glad to see we're keeping the energy up from the conversation. So
I was just looking to see if there's any shows at cinema equidistant of Puma Man.
well,
And even on the site, the place I get my tickets for cinema equidistant that have showings of many, many rare, strange films, often Italian. Not a sign of it.
not a sign.
Which leads me to believe this has never been released on DVD.
Nope.
There's probably a good reason for that as well.
There probably bloody
Yep.
is.
Yes. You'll be pleased to know. That
Waste of plastic if you released it on DVD.
Yeah. Well, you'll be pleased to know that on IMDb, which we know is an arbiter of all quality reviews, it does have. It appears to have no stars. No, it has 2.3 stars. It has 2.3 stars from 4,800 reviews.
Wow.
It was that or The Invisible Man. And, you do one serious.
Oh, damn it. We got the wrong
The
man.
Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker.
But instead of The Invisible Man, we have Puma Man. And we will be doing Puma Man when we
You
return.
said not
next
so
week.
serious, as in, well, it's a little like levity there, We're going to be watching the fucking, I don't know, The Good Life with Felicity Kendall.
No.
Or something along those lines. Not this. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, you've got me looking up fucking Condor Man now.
Well,
There's
that's
there's a way of retaliation. So
bring it on.
Is
right,
that Frank
well,
Spencer?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Don't worry, we're not doing that yet because Darren's never going to find
This
that.
is feeling a little bit like a cult now.
I'm watching it right now.
What? Condor Man?
Well,
Condor Man.
you will
very
watch this.
It's a very bad copy. But
I believe it's not even on Disney Plus, actually.
What, Condor
Actually,
Man?
forget
Yeah.
that.
Why, is it just what's happened?
I don't know, and I think it's one of the not all of Disney's catalog is on Disney Plus for some reason. And Condor Man is one of those ones that slipped through the gaps for whatever. There might be rights issues with music or some bullshit like that. That's normally.
Or
Normally
it could
there
just
is.
be shite.
But it doesn't normally stop Disney. You've kind of...
Oh, that's true. Right. Well, so we will be back next week for Puma Man, and I'm not gonna say it in any other way. It's going to be that Puma Man, and so yes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to send any feedback for this episode or other episodes, including Puma Man, then do send it into the usual routes. The Facebook group, facebook.com/group/the Black Dog Podcast, or feedback@blackdogpodcast.com. Right, over to Pimp's Corner, not Puma Man's Corner. Puma Man will be later. Let's go over to Pimp's Corner. And Jim, what's going on in Hypnagoria Land?
I've just released an episode on a new kind of a magazine style / sort of book publication called Nightmare Abbey, which is collections of horror and ghost stories. This is new and rather good. And this weekend, all going well, I'll be adding to my Chronicles of Pennywise series, looking at Welcome to Derry.
No, Dairy.
Dairy League.
Welcome to Dairy.
It's a lactose intolerant horror.
Yeah.
The vegan horror movie. Welcome to Dairy.
Nice. Cool. And that's all over hypnagoria.com.
It is indeed.
Lovely. And also, I would also just say that you got interviewed.
Yes, I did. Yes. For a chap called the Podcast Addict who reviews podcasts. And he asked me to do an interview, and I did. And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, didn't name check us, but, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. No harm, no foul, dear, Jim. It's fine. Not
right,
upset at all.
Good that we're so humble, really. We don't need this recognition.
No, I'm joking. Anyway, but no, it was a good interview. You should go and check it out. It's on the Hypnagoria group page, isn't it? So
yes, it is.
Yeah, lovely. Elton.
Nothing at the moment, I don't think. No, nothing.
No cars going around in circles or
not just
like
yet. That? No, that season hasn't started yet. That's in March. So we've got another month of enjoying our Sundays before they're ruined by cars going around in circles.
Yeah. Do you think Alonso will be driving the F1 with the big spoiler or something?
Yes, that's true.
Good.
Yes.
I'm down with the kids. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I bet they use slicks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Right on.
I told you. See, I fucking know stuff.
Word.
Don't question me. I know too much. Right. There's nothing for me to promote. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to ask Darren, and I'm going to get the same answer. Darren.
No, fuck all.
Okay. So there you go. There you have it. All the news that's fit to print. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Elton.
No problem.
And yes, and I will put the link to Puma Man on YouTube on the Facebook group. So if you want to watch along, you can do so, because I know that everyone will want to be a part of this. Puma Man. No, look at the poster. The poster's good. The poster's great. Yes. So, if you want to send any feedback, you know the routes, and we will see you all next week for Puma Man. So, until then, take care. Tatty bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ta-da.
Puma Man.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. It's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll want to settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on.
I already came for a kebab.